All right, this is evidence against Vanessa Dries. She's molesting me on behalf of the sex offenders that are the demon-possessed, group stalking and monitoring as the state of California, LAPD. Crossing path, flying over my office, flying next to the sun, which is not over Hope Boulevard and Euclid Avenue, anywhere in the city of Ontario. And while Vanessa Dries is demonstrating demon possession and seeking to terrorize the target individual whom she is group stalking in concert with this corrupt law enforcement agency. And that's exactly how that evidence is going to be used. It's 8:54 a.m. Vanessa Dries is going to sit in federal prison even longer. This is the system, and this is breaking down that system, that ongoing criminal conspiracy that exists between the people and the state that acts directly, relying on their criminal presence being the people of the state who maintain criminal presence. They don't have a right to live in relevant position. They don't have a right to make any activity in relevant position. They don't have any right to engage in what is arriving under the guise of any sort of services that they're providing. They don't have a right to do that. They're monitoring. So you're breaking down and using against them the malice with which they're monitoring you and targeting you. And this is occurring in the workplace. So the entities engaging in that sex offense understand how Todd Speaker is going to be prosecuted. I'm subject to sexual violence by the entity that's monitoring me, while Todd Speaker's business is the criminal facilitating means of that. This is sexual violence, because that's exactly what they're doing. You're being touched, you're going to prosecute any other stalker for touching you, right? These demons like to touch with engineered light. That's exactly how you're going to prosecute it. All right, they like to do it through commercial means. You're going to identify that commercial actor as engaging in unlawful touching. Sex offense. This is the demented conduct of the demon-possessed who thought that it would never be able or be capable of being encapsulated or enveloped in a federal policy, and that's not true. And you're understanding what is malice. The entity is also group stalking above. When you see these lines of clouds, pay attention, because I'm not always pointing it out. But I don't think I have to point this out to the federal government, but maybe I do, because this is something, it's not just a matter of criminal conduct, this is a matter of discernment, paying attention to details which may not be noticed. Pay attention to my videos. They are group stalking silently, put that in air quotes, because the entity is always group stalking in the airspace. You'll see the clouds. That's literally the ongoing admission. Oh, I was stalking, I was flying right over your head, group stalking you silently while I was capturing videos. They do that all the time, pay attention. Anyway, it's currently 8:56 a.m. while you're looking at the light source, and I'm at 810 North Alvarado Street, and LAPD is flying over my office, and there is no sun that's going to be over the in the city of Ontario. My documentation is rich. There is never going to be any sun here. The city of Los Angeles County, that is, in other words, the state of California, is already surrounded by evidence that it can in no way approach. So it's an ongoing admission, and it's serving for what is an ongoing impermissible threat. So not only LAPD are exposed, they're going to federal prison, and they're going for a long time. You are disbanding such corrupt law enforcement agencies. They are literally incapable of being in the positions that they're at. These are psychopaths. Their condition is not a secret. These are demons, and that is the ground, by the way, of disqualification. I've shown you what is the affect of demon possession, and it is also shared by the people of the state, all of whom who live in relevant position. They're going to be prosecuted for years of documenting while they were placing me under surveillance. And by they, I mean, I don't need to know the name of the minion that lives on the hillside over there, whose house is covered in engineered light, who's in relevant position to me, group stalking, in other words, under a light source which is intentionally placed for their criminal purpose, their criminal engagement. Don't need to know their names. That's how the system works. All right, you're going to prosecute the state with that. And that threat against your life while the entity uses the people of the state against you to target you. All right, it is, again, 8:57 a.m. This is P.O.C. All right, this light activity is also, again, the illusion that the entity uses. Oh, that's the sun? Okay, well, documenting the placement of the light source and the light activity that's suggesting that that's sun, that's directly rebutted by the placement of the light source over me on any and every street in Ontario or Upland or Fontana, California, all of which are venues where the entity kept the light source over me from the beginning to the end of the day. I mean, you're talking about insurmountable evidence. This is P.O.C.